You know what? I got to give credit to Coach and Wagner. Absolute fantastic job they did. They came out, they punched us in the mouth. They play extremely hard and physical. They've had a great year up to this point. They've had a lot of close battles because they come out and they play so hard for 40 minutes. They're never out of it, and they gave us an incredible fight. We were fortunate at the end to come out on top, but they're going to be really good this year, and he's doing a fantastic job. So credit to them. And then, you know, for us, I thought we did a great job. We talk about attitude and playing for 40 minutes. The way we played defense, look, it might confuse some people in the first half. Guys are making some shots and this and that, but you know the goal is to wear them out. Wear them out over the course of 40 minutes, and I think we saw that. We used our depth, guys like Zach, guys like Rostik, guys like Elijah Moore and Will Richardson. In the first half, we were struggling. We were in foul trouble, and our young guys, like Dean, they came in, they gave us a massive lift to keep us connected and keep it close enough where we could keep those guys on the bench. And going into halftime, only down 3, I thought we were very fortunate, and it had everything to do with our depth. So, and then obviously in the second half, our big dogs had some big ones like Darius and some other guys. But Zach Riley and Rostik came in, and Trell finished strong. I think Kyle Rose was plus 24. So a total team effort, which we talk about. And that's the difference with this Fordham basketball team. They never believe they're out of a game because of the connectivity and the amount of guys that are willing to do whatever it takes to just win the basketball game, starting with these 2 guys right here.
Sam, offensively and defensively, how do you guys, adjust to a team like Wagner that excels so well off the dribble?
Just following the game plan. The coaches they watch thousands of clips, thousands of film and stuff like that, so they put a perfection game plan for us, and we just try to follow to the best of our abilities. Try to go under ball screens if they're drivers, stuff like that. Try to keep them out of the paint. It's to make them shoot tough twos. That's what we try to focus on, is them shooting tough twos. So just trying to stick to the game plan that the coaches have and execute it.
It's a lot easier when you got big dogs protecting the rim like him and that dude was one.
Rostik, you had like an amazing game tonight. What do you think clicked for you, especially in that second half there, that just allowed you to power through right to the top?
I'm just trying to focus on playing hard, aggressive, physical, and play hard for my team.
And then for Coach, for you had a number of players. I mean, both of you in double digits tonight in points, and a number of players right there behind them. What does that say to you about the depth of your team?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about how it's an advantage, and I'm not so sure that any team has had, here at Fordham, has had this much depth in a long time. So, and everyone's contributed at some point or another. You had Elijah Gray, who really hadn't played. A number of games came in, gave us a great lift in the first half. You had Dean, who's getting better and better and gave us a good lift in the first half. And then Will Richardson, obviously, and Zach Riley now is healthy again. This guy's healthy again. So, we can play 9, 10 guys deep, and it's an incredible luxury to know as an older guy like Darius that you trust a number of guys. It's not just the original 5 you start the game with. We have a lot of trust and faith in a number of guys to make some defensive plays down the stretch. And if they continue to work on just defending and rebounding, all of a sudden you see guys like Zach Riley bang a massive 3. He finally gets a naked one because other guys are contributing. They don't leave him the entire game. He finally gets free, and he makes a timely shot. So it's just kind of it's a luxury to have as a coach to have so many guys. But not only that, they're bought into the name on the front of the jersey, and really that's all we can ask. They're incredibly dedicated to doing something for this program that's unique. So it's a pleasure coaching.
Sam, you guys had a stretch there. Rostik, you had 2 and 1, Zach another and 1. He went coast to coast on a layup, and every single play, you guys were obviously blowing the roof off the gym. How do you guys feed off of the energy in the gym and with each other, like in the huddles?
Well, let me say this first. We always try to focus on us first. We don't try to play for the crowd, because if you try to play for the crowd, then you have too many ups and downs. So we just try to focus on us. That's why we huddle so much, try to talk to each other. But we love the support from all the Fordham alums, all the people that come to our games. They make it, the atmosphere is that much better and that much more fun to play in. And we try to give them a show every time they show up.
We need more. We'll be real, we need more. These guys are working as hard as anybody in the country right now. We need the students to come out and support us. It's incredible energy. These guys deserve it with the energy and the hard work. They're representing that name on the front with such great pride. We need the support. It generates so much energy and enthusiasm. This building is a luxury to have when it's filled. We need the student body to come out in droves and understand how much of a difference they make. He won't say it because he's fantastic, but I will. It makes a major difference, and we need it to continue to grow because it really is a home court advantage. It is. It is a tremendous place when it's packed, it's loud. People don't want to come here and play.
See how loud it gets already. Not even full, sold out, but it sounds like it's sold out.
For Coach or Darius, Rostik's last 60 minutes of basketball, going back to halftime at Tulane, what have you seen out of him? He's just been out of this world. What is it? Something physically he's doing different? Is it just confidence? Is it emotional maturity? What have you seen out of him going back to halftime on Saturday?
Well, I think it's flat out. First of all, he's healthy. I mean, you got to talk about a guy who last year missed more than half the season with a broken foot. Broke his foot in April, the first workout after the season. Didn't play throughout the summer. Didn't play in our summer tour. Came back in the fall. Then all of a sudden got sick. Was sick for a couple of games prior to Tulane. Still battled through. So when he's healthy, he's as physical and as skilled as any big that we may face in the Big Ten. So I mean the Atlantic 10. Sorry, jeez. I think he's that good. He could play in the Big Ten. I honestly do. I think he's a high major big at his size, his athletic, and he hasn't even shot the ball. He could have shot the three tonight from the top to keep it straight. He got an ambulance, so it's good. But you know, it's not a surprise to us. We see it every day. We've seen it before. He's as skilled and as talented as any big in this league, and he just needs to stay healthy, get healthy, stay healthy, and just maintain his consistency because he's putting in the work.
Darius, what have you seen on the floor out of Rostik?
I just see it every day in practice. I mean, I know what he can do, so I try to breathe confidence into him just to let him know that we need him, that we believe in him, and that he can do that every night for us. I mean, he can get a triple-double or a double-double every night. He can pass the ball very well, too. Like, he can guard. The thing that I like about Rostik is he can guard on the perimeter, too, when we switch 1 through 5. He can guard the 5, but he can also guard the 1. He's smart enough to do it, and that's one of his biggest things that I like about him, and these things keep it going.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
Coach, how do you feel being 9-1 right now?
Better than being 1-9. That's for sure. You know what? It's not. Honestly, we don't even talk about like the record too much. Yeah, it's great. It's more for the fans at this point. We're focused on just getting better each and every day. We feel like we're good enough and we're talented enough and deep enough and we work hard enough that if we get better every day, we're always going to have a chance to be in games. Whether or not that's win or lose, but these guys can look each other in the eye almost every game in the locker room after every game, and they know they're giving it up for one another. That's what we're in it for. We feel like if we continue to do that, because we can get so much better, we need to get so much better. That's really what we focus on, but it's nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Got time for 1 or 2 more? Sam?
Coach, Pat checked in very briefly tonight, but do you think as he gets more and more minutes throughout the season, you'll experiment a lot more with different front court rotations?
I don't think we'll experiment too much, but guaranteed he'll come in and make a contribution at some point because he's one of the most mature kids I've ever been around. I mean, you're talking about a kid who had a concussion, so he was out for several weeks, just started getting back, and he's able to play again. He's getting his wind under him. He's getting better every day in practice, but Patrick's a leader. He doesn't even, all he wants to do is win. And that's why he's going to eventually, he's ready, he stays ready. At some point his name will be called and he will give us a huge lift. I just know that about him. He's done it in the past. You see it every day in practice. It's going to happen.
You good, guys? Thank you.
I'm good, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Coach,
Thanks, guys.